Right, so that there is a 5mm Allen key you have to undo. Right, right. With that, you take the clamp away. It's on the top there. That allows you to drop these rods through, and then all you've got to do there is, I've got the slide, I can't see where I am, slide these pins back. I'll do that in a second. Right, slide those pins back and then you wiggle these off. Oh yes, it is the second hole, it is. So you take the cable from out of there, just take it out, and then the black one as well, that'll come out as well, like so. So there's your accelerators red, and obviously your forward and backwards is black. And what you have to do is these little catches pull back, and then they pull forwards to lock in, backwards, forwards, they lock like that. Don't lose those clips if you can help it, or you won't be able to lock them in. That's the two cables out there, and now it's have to, we'll put back this locking pin that locks into these grooves at the back here, these ones here, so they go there. Okay, I'll just put that back on there. Okay, so putting the cables away at the moment over there, and then you can start undoing the locks that hold the engine to this transom. You could, if you wanted to, there's some locating holes here. You could actually screw, there are some stainless steel like screws that go in there if you wanted to lock it into the engine. Also, these, I don't know if you can see these two screws here, you can actually get a locking bolt or a normal lock to go through those holes to save anybody trying to undo your engine from the transom. Okay. You also might want to, if you're taking the engine in transport, there's a bleed screw on the bowl of the carburation, and you can open that up and let any excess fuel in the engine go. That's it. That's it. So we've done all that. I can then take the engine, lift it up and put it onto its engine stand for transport or storage. So, as I say, you've got storage, so you can actually store the motor on a stand to move it about. So it isn't a light engine by no means, but it's doable, and it's 9.9 and quite and the tidy motor, and obviously that's taken off the transom. I've marked where the original position was, so it locates with the steering and the accelerator and the gear cable. And obviously then we need to unstrap the fuel tank, which is the button there, and then we can take that. Also the panel, the floor panel, can be stored into the boat as well, as we wouldn't want it to drop off if you're towing. Okay. And again, if you're going to take it out on the water, don't forget to put the bleed plug back in the tail end of the boat as we take it out to drain any type of water that goes into the bottom of the hull. So, also another hint about the fuel tank. Obviously, when you are using the fuel tank and you plug it in, this little tap here you must undo at all times, just a little bit, to let the air go into the fuel tank. As you're sucking petrol out, it'll stop the petrol going to your engine, because it'll create a pressure from it being sucked out of the tank, and so you must relieve that. And then when obviously you're taking the fuel tank around, then you lock it back up so it's sealed and no fumes can escape. Again, if you actually are taking the fuel tank out, take it from the back end, not the one with the handle, and then it comes up and you can get it out. Obviously I've only got one hand, so you need two hands to do it, but as I say, you just pull it out. And that's a 22 litre petrol tank, and plus there's a spare one in the hull if you can, and then you just pin it on top of the roof. You've got plenty of room. The spare one usually goes, you can put it here or the other, well, put it here and just put a strap over it, and you've got plenty of room around. On the hitch, obviously this buoy will come undone. You would do it from this metal staple here, and then I'll show you. So you take the buoy down, and obviously you can see that that's going to come down. You need to untighten this pin here, going through on there. Right, once you've released that and pulled that out and let the buoy go, obviously we're going to drop the arm soon, but I just wanted to point out that when that thread goes into there, there's a little bolt. It's a very fine thread. You've got to make sure that the thread doesn't get cross-threaded, so by putting and holding that on there, when you tighten up the rod, will stop you doing that, so it'll make sure you don't cross-thread the nut. Okay, I'm going to the next stage. Next, we're going to get that pin out there. What you've got on this side is a little peg. You have to push up like that, turn it, and then of course then that can be pushed through that way, that allows you to undo this. That pulls out, and then the whole thing comes down. That's it. That's also the brake cable, and the pipe tucks itself in here in this little space there. So then you get your peg and you put this back in the top now, the top one. That goes there, and obviously you let that, I'll push that side. You let that peg go down there, so it just locks it. And then you put this rod here that we took out where we had the buoy, and that goes all the way through there. And then you put this nut here, and of course it's on a string so it doesn't fall into the water, and you place it back onto there like that with your finger. And then what you do, you just get the other end with your other finger and just screw it up. So once you're satisfied that it isn't cross-threaded and it's gone in, the screw has gone into the nut, you can then tighten it up. Let's do it, tighten it up. That's it. That's it. So you've got this one, that's locked in. You've got this one tightened up. You're ready to go. As I say, we'll then take this hitch off there. Take that off. That's it. I'll take it like that. And then obviously we place it on to the normal one that you would for a normal caravan, which goes onto here. Obviously you do this whilst you've still got your legs down, so the weight of the caravan is on the legs before you change the towing hitch. So as I say, you're just about ready to tow. You've got to connect your obviously the emergency brake, which is there. Well, you just undo and then tie it to your the vehicle that you're pulling with. It's got a lock on to so nobody else can use it until you've got the key to that lock. There's a mark, like a red sticky tape mark, so you don't go below that, because what happens when you turn this, it may catch the hydraulic cylinder, which you don't want to do. So that's why that mark is there. Okay, so the next job is make sure that's down tight, and then I'll show you how to move the legs up. Okay. So again, the spanner the socket that we used over there was a 19, and then if we come to the legs again, as I say, They're 19 again. We'll have to undo those. It's not easy just doing it with one hand. So, and then you just pull the leg and take it right up to there. Okay, so it's high enough now off the ground, and I'll tighten it up.